Welcome to In Your Face. I'm Eddie McCarthy, alongside my partners Lauren Hertz and Anthony Fiore. We got 3 topics for you today, and let's get rolling. First off, let's talk about the Mets at the trade deadline. They should definitely not be buyers because they are way out of the pennant race. However, there's an argument for keeping the players and trying to do a, do a fresh start.
Sorry.
Hello and welcome to In Your Face. I'm Eddie McCarthy alongside my partners Anthony Fiore and Lauren Hertz. We have 3 topics to talk about today, so let's get rolling. First off, the Mets at the trade deadline, way out of the pennant race, so no argument for being buyers. Now, should they be sellers and sell a bunch of their guys like Granderson and Bruce and try and get some new young talent for them? Or should they keep them and just say, this is a bad season, we'll write it off and we'll make a fresh start next year? Lauren, let's start with you.
I have to say that we should be sellers in this trade window because Granderson's not really being that good this season. He hasn't really performed at the level that he should be performing. And same with Bruce, even though he's got the 23 homers this season, he hasn't really been that good defensively. And I really think that we have a lot of young talent in our minor league system and that we should really start bringing them up and using them. Conforto is a minor leaguer and see where he is now. He just performed in the All-Star game last night, hitting a single. So I really think that we should sell some of our older guys this season, our veterans, and bring up some younger talent.
Absolutely, you definitely speak for a lot of Met fans out there. What about you, Anthony?
I think the same thing too. I think they should get rid of Granderson, Bruce, even some of the pitchers like Matt Harvey and maybe even Rene Rivera and maybe Juan Lagares, because they, even though that they're in 3rd place and the NL East is like, the Nationals have like an 11 game advantage over the 2nd place team, and they're probably not even going to get a wild card spot. And I think that the Mets should just rethink everything that they did this year and try to make it better next season.
Now, there is certainly something to be said for that, but I would have to go against just selling the entire team because there are guys there. They're having a bad year. Last year they caught the injury bug really, really badly. This year, I would have to say it's even worse. Harvey out, Syndergaard out with the lat tear, and it's just been really bad. So you are right to let a few guys go, but you have to keep some veteran presence in the locker room to lead the younger guys who are going to come up next year, like Abed Rosario. All right, let's move it up now over to soccer. Big time here in the transfer window. Lauren, are these players making too much money who are signing with their new clubs?
Yes, definitely. You got Wayne Rooney re-signing with Everton after leaving for 13 years and being with Manchester United, obviously their captain. He just re-signed with Everton. I think that he's got about 2-3 years left, and for the amount that he's been getting paid at both clubs, I think that it's kind of outrageous. And you have Romelu Lukaku, who just also moved from Everton to Man United for 90 million euros. So I really think that players are getting paid too much because now they're just going to the new clubs for money. It's not really for where they want to play anymore. It really should be for the love of the game and not all for the money.
Yeah, I have to say I couldn't agree more with you. What do you think, Anthony?
Well, I think it's not just in soccer. Well, I think it's like all sports, because if you give a guy that's like, I don't know, a C+ rated guy, and you give him like an A+ rated guy money, and he'll obviously take the money instead of getting like a B+, because they want, all it is basically they want the money. They don't care on where they play or who their teammates are. All they care about is just playing. And I agree with you, Lauren, that it should be just about the game, but unfortunately, money can control people.
That's absolutely right. I'd love for this conversation to continue, but we're going to have to continue it after the break because we don't have much time, and I do want to get to hockey. So let's talk about the Washington Capitals. Past 2 years, President's Trophy winners, best team in the league, Alexander Ovechkin, TJ Oshie, Nicholas Backstrom. On defense, they got Matt Niskanen and a Vezina Trophy winner in goal, Braden Holtby. We're going to have to be quick, but what do you do if you're the Washington Capitals? Do you start over, or do you give them another year with all these star players?
I 100% would give them another year. You see that they're a constant playoff team every year, and you really hope that they get there. And with veterans like Alexander Ovechkin and TJ Oshie, you really hope that they can be very solid next season and hope that they can definitely make it to the playoffs with the veterans that they have.
Absolutely, there's definitely something to be said for that, Anthony.
I will say that they will be in the top 3 in the East this season, but they will lose again in probably the 3rd round. And they are a good team, but for just some reason, they're just not good in the playoffs.
That is definitely something to be said for that as well. All right, these are all very good points, and we'll definitely continue them after our station break. I'm Eddie McCarthy. This is Lauren Hertz and Anthony Fiore, and this is In Your Face. Stay tuned for more.